What's up everyone, welcome to today's video. Now today's video is going to be a little bit different. Now normally what I do is I do videos about a specific project. So I'll find a specific project early on, I'll share it with you guys, share some information and why I kind of like it, and then you guys can go off and do whatever research you want to do and decide what you want to do with it. But today I wanted to do a video on, because at the moment there's kind of like a new meta of a new like hype type style project, and that has been the Auto-Rebase projects. Now the first one was Titano at the back end of last year. I think it launched about October time, and since then recently, especially after this big run up here they had, some different forks of that contract started to come out in January, which were also very successful. And now since then, you know, it's become the new hype, the new craze, and there's lots of different forks coming out, coming up in the near future. And this is kind of like the way that a lot of people have been making money at the moment. You know, we know during this whole time period here, the overall market has been crashing. It's been a terrible time for everyone, but there is still ways to make money, and these type of projects, these contracts are definitely one of those reasons. So we can see Titano here for anybody that bought in early. I think it launched on 3 million market cap, you know, just made crazy money even after the project sold off. Because don't forget, if you are not familiar with these projects and how they work, you get, depends which project, but you get a certain amount of APY, right? So most of them are really high, over 100,000 APY, which means that you're getting a daily return of 2% on your position. So, you know, even if you buy in the all-time high here, because you've held since January the 6th, we're now holding like 2 months. 2 months is 60 days, right? Because you're holding for 2 months, you have more than doubled your tokens. So even if you bought in the top here, you are still in profit right now. And that's the power of these protocols, and that's why they're so successful. And the projects that come after it have been so successful as well, even though we've been in a bear market. So yeah, Titano was really the first one, and you just see, like, the people, look at the market cap now. I mean, the people who bought in right down there just have made so much money, it's ridiculous. It's absolutely insane. And I mean, obviously, but Titano is, you just see these big dumps, right? And it's nothing to do, the contracts are working fine. This has been going now since, well, it's actually November it came out, like mid-November, so pretty much since the market's been crashing, basically. And you see these big drops here. I mean, it's nothing really. There's only this last dump here that happened. That was a breach in the contract, and that wasn't to do with anything to do with their normal contract. They had a different feature to their protocol called Titano Play, which was kind of like they used some of the funds to do giveaways and that kind of stuff. And it was that area of the contract that got breached. That's what caused this huge sell-off and then rebound. These other two drops in the price were actually to do with other reasons, nothing to do. So the contracts work fine, they work great. And you can see that they can be sustained for a long amount of time. So yeah, so looking after that, the next one was Libero. This was the next one, started around 5 million market cap, and you just see how much money these guys made. You know, as always on these type of projects, you know, as it shows, you know, once you do see any project going on sort of a parabolic run with a really vertical green line upwards, here you can always see that it's always best to take profits. But regardless, because of the compounding over time, you know, if you'd have sold in 10th of February and now we're 9th of March, that's 30 days later. So you'd have about 70% more tokens anyway. So even if you bought in around this range here, you'd still, you know, you'd be in a loss, but you wouldn't be in much of a loss because of the interest that you would have gained over this month's period. That's just how powerful these protocols are. But yeah, they say this one works as well. You know, it just moves straight away. It's never gone under pre-sale price, none of this crap that we're seeing in most other projects at the moment. And then after that, the next one up was Quantic. Now Quantic did things a little bit differently. They did vesting. Titano and Libero were like public pre-sales. Anybody could have contributed large amounts. That's what I mean. Some people were contributing like 10,000, 20,000 to this project, and they just made so much money. So much of an opportunity here in these type of projects. Quantic was the next one. These guys did a little bit differently. They did a vesting. They only did a private pre-sale, no public pre-sale, a private pre-sale where they gave, I think it was 300 BNB in total, so it was started a very small market cap. And those tokens were vested 25% a month, I think was the initial, and then they started giving out 3% daily. And then, well, I'll explain in a second what happened there. So that caused then a huge buying pressure at launch because nobody, there was only 300 BNB was able to be collected for private sale, so everybody wanted to buy in. Huge buying pressure here. Not too much of a sell-off because everybody's tokens were vested, so everybody could sell their initial amount, but then it went all the way up here. This is really when people probably should have sold out their initials. But then the problem with the vesting was that the market cap kept dropping, because that's what happens with vested projects, is that people anticipate a vesting date, they want to sell out before the vesting date because they think that the what tokens are then going to be dumped by the private sale or the pre-sale holders, and that's what kept happening. The market kept dropping until here they ended up doing a poll for the community to decide, and the community decided that they should let all private sale investors just take all their allocation in one go. So that's what they did. So they unlocked all the tokens, airdropped all the private sale tokens. That's what this big drop off was here. But then the token recovered instantly and is now on the way back up. So, you know, anybody who bought in pre-sale price and is holding to today's date is again up a lot. You know, if they sold their initial amount, the initial 25% here, they're already, because this was like 35x or something like that. So if you sold your initial 25%, you were way in profit, and then if you're holding the rest of your 75% in your bag again, you're in a lot of profit from this project as well. The next one, the most recent one that has performed well, Seifu, a very controversial project, to say the least. I personally didn't invest in this project because of the controversy that was going on about it. So basically what happened was, they were getting a lot of hype behind them. Everything looked great. There was a 25 BNB max contribution, you know, similar to Libra and Titan. I was looking forward to putting a big amount in and a big amount from this project. And then there was some rumours going around that the project owner, the CEO, was a guy called Brian Legend, and his past projects had failed, and people had claimed that they'd been rug pulled, they'd been scammed, and they were saying that he was part of the scam. Now, what I did see in their Discord community was a member of their Discord community. I don't know who it was. I don't know if it was him. I don't know if it was a member of the team. I don't know if it was just an admin. I'd post an announcement in the announcements channel to announce to everybody about the FUD that was happening, to assure them that their CEO isn't Brian Legend, and that it was just coordinated FUD by competitors in order to take away hype from the project, and that it was just a coincidence that their CEO also had the first name Brian. So I thought, whatever, you know, I'll give them the benefit of the doubt, you know, and then kind of left it. And then I look back on the project the day later, and I see that there is, that post has been removed, and they've replaced it with an AMA on YouTube, a doxed AMA with Brian Legend announcing that he was the CEO. So I was very confused. I thought that very dishonest about the team. And when you see some sort of dishonesty like that, because it was a blatant lie by at least one member of the team, it kind of put me off. Especially the fact that this guy has apparently been involved in projects that certain members of the project had scammed. He tried to reassure people that it wasn't him involved in the scam, and he had been scammed himself. But, you know, a lot of FUD behind it, a lot of negativity, a lot of criticism. And it did really put me off into wanting to contribute. I did say I was going to contribute a small amount still, but then by the time that the pre-sale came around, I didn't expect it to fill as fast as it was. So the time went to zero on the pre-sale, it started filling, it instantly filled with like 5,000 BNB. I was like, whoa. So I tried to react and to contribute, but by the time it was already filled. But I should have bought in should have bought in at launch anyway. I mean, it's just insane. People contribute 25 BNB was, I think the maximum was almost 500 BNB up here. I mean, it's just absolutely insane. Obviously a big sell-off, because like I say, when you see these big runs, as they start to go more and more vertical, this is really where you should start to think about taking your profits. As soon as you start to see a big sell like this, especially. But you see, looking at recovery, and it's on its way back up now. Who knows, in a week's time we could be seeing a new all-time high again. There's the power these projects go back over to the Titan. I mean, look at it, these huge sell-offs. But every time they sell off, the people that hold it, the people that even bought in all-time highs, are still doing fine now. You know, Libra is making its way back up. Quantic's making its way back up. every single one of these projects is performing well. Anyways, that's enough talking about the previous projects. So today's video is actually, I wanted to bring some more upcoming projects that I'm seeing, because like I'm seeing now, everybody's creating these projects. There's forks everywhere. There's forks coming out of all over the place. There's I've seen a couple of scam projects yesterday. So we're getting to that point now where the market soon is going to be too oversaturated with these projects. So I think, we need to stay with the most hyped ones now. Hopefully we can make a bit more money on these upcoming projects before the market becomes too oversaturated with these type of projects, and the hype kind of moves somewhere else onto a different type of protocol. So the first one I want to bring to you guys is Pragma. Now, on pretty much, I think 3 out of these 4 videos, 3 out of these 4 projects that I'm going to be speaking about today, I have already done videos on them. But I wanted to kind of point to you that these are the 4 that I'm focusing on. These are the 4 that I see the most hype in, and these are the 4 that I see performing the best. And I'll explain the reason behind that now. This one, Pragma, it's going to be the first Auto-Rebase protocol on the Phantom network. Now, most of these are going to be the first project launching on their respective blockchain, and I think that's going to do well because it's going to be the first one to do it, basically. And I've been following them in the Discord and all their announcements, the white paper, everything looks professional. They've got a nice team behind them, and they're doing everything right. Audits and all the security things are there as well. So go a bit more into a bit more information with these guys. These guys are offered 2.414% daily, which is a big amount. It's similar to Seifu. It's going to be every 15 minutes like Seifu is as well. And there's going to be a monthly dividend paid out to holders as well, which is something new and different. So yeah, I really do like this project. It's getting a lot of hype behind it on the Discord. There are over 5,000 in the community now, and Phantom also has got quite a big community behind it, so there's hopefully should be some nice buy pressure. In terms of dates and stuff like that, they still haven't got any dates for pre-sale or anything like that. So you're gonna have to join their community and kind of stay updated with it. Yeah, most of these projects still have dates, which is kind of annoying. Because really we want them to launch really as fast as possible, because we don't know how long this hype of Auto-Rebase project is going to go on for. Maybe in a few weeks it's going to die because there's going to be too many scam projects popping up everywhere. So these guys are going to have 15% on buys with 20% on sells, which is a 35% tax all round trip, which is quite expensive. So if you can get into the pre-sale, do it, because you take away that percentage tax is gone. You're only going to pay 20% for the sell, which is the power really of getting into these projects early and getting into the private pre-sales. Now there are still whitelisting available for this, but the means are difficult, so you're going to have to join the Discord. I'll put the Discord in the description for all of these projects. You can join, go into announcement channels, go into the how to whitelist channels and find out the ways, because there is still some giveaways being done from like Twitter competitions and quizzes and all this kind of stuff. And so yes, that's the first one I wanted to bring over to you guys. That will be on the Phantom network. And the next one coming up is Highpoint Finance. Now these guys are going to be on the Avalanche chain on AVAX. Now there has been a couple of launches already on AVAX of these projects, most notably Caesar, and Caesar's actually performing very well as well. I haven't got the chart here to show you guys, but it had a bumpy start, just kind of hovered around a bit over pre-sale price, and then just the last couple of days it's just shot up. So I've been following this one a while. Highpoint Finance, they've built themselves up now a 9,300 strong Discord group, which is quite a lot, especially for an AVAC project. And I'm quite sure they're going to have a relatively small hard cap as well when they launch. So I'm looking forward to this. And again, very professional team. Everything's well done. Everything you need now is available. White paper. They're going to be audit done, KYC, everything in check. They've got a section called security measures in the Discord, so you can go check all that stuff out, the KYC and the multi-signature wallet and that kind of stuff for the treasury. And yeah, so a bit more information on these guys. Let's have a look at the APY. I think it's a little bit less than what we're used to on this one. Doesn't give the information on there, but I think I don't know what APY is. I want to know what their APY is. Yeah, it doesn't say here, but I think it's less than 100,000, which we're saying that's low. It's high compared to most projects that we see, but still a little bit less than where. But I just think that this could take over as the number one Auto-Rebase project on, with the amount of hype they're getting behind it. This one could take over as the number one Auto-Rebase project on Avalanche anyway. So that's why I wanted to bring that to you guys. Again, I'll put the Discord in the description below, so you can join in and go from there. So on to the next one. This one, Sphere Finance. Again, I've already done a video about this one. They've had the private sale now. I shared it before the private sale, so you guys had a chance to get in. And so let's go on to the. There we go. So they've got the applications done now. Let's have a look at that. See if that's done. I've not been on there since. So yeah, they've got a nice little dashboard going on there now that you'll be able to, connect your wallet and see all your earnings, that kind of jazz. So here's the white paper. So yeah, it's going to be 100,000 a year. It's going to be 1.9%. So very similar to Titano. So it's going to be the Titano of the Polygon blockchain. So yeah, this is on Polygon. This is going to be the first one launching on Polygon. So again, most of these ones I'm bringing today are going to be kind of the first project of a certain blockchain, and that's why I'm kind of so bullish on them. Not to mention also the hype that they've managed to kind of build up in their certain communities. Sphere as well. I'm looking at the Discord now, and these guys are almost up to a 10k community, 10k strong community. So, I'm quite bullish on this one as well. I already contributed to the private sale, but I will be contributing to the pre-sale as well. So that's what's happening now with these. These guys are doing rebases every 30 minutes. Like I say, whether they do it every 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 30 minutes, doesn't matter. It just, means that you're going to be getting roughly 2% interest a day on top of your investment, which is just insane. And tax breakdowns. I can't remember how much the taxes is, buying and sell. It does say it here, but I'd have to add it up, so it'd be 3, 5, 5. So 13% buy and 18% sell, I think, something like that. You have to probably look into that in a little bit more detail. And yeah, so these guys are going to be the first one on the Polygon blockchain. They've got a pre-sale coming up, and the date for that is, there we go. Yeah, public launch, 14th of March. There we go. And they've raised 760,000. So the market cap isn't going to be too high. It's going to be nothing like Libero or Titano or Seifu or anything like that. They only raised 760,000, so they're going to be starting a low market cap, which obviously gives better chances to have more X's if the project is a success. So yeah, that's the next one I wanted to bring on, so keep that date, 14th of March, 5 PM UTC. And the last one I wanted to speak about today, one coming up very soon actually, it's called RingFi. So it's going to be in 21 hours, it's going to have the pre-sale. Now this pre-sale is public, so anybody can contribute. So as long as you're watching this video before 21 hours time, go into their community, look for the pre-sale link, which will be on Pink Sale, and you can invest. So these guys have got a huge APY, almost 400,000, probably biggest one we've seen. It's going to rebase every 15 minutes. Now these guys claim to be a little bit different than than another project like Seifu or Titano, for example. Now what it's saying here is that RingFi will have a wrapped version of the token to be listed on centralized exchanges, farms, and borrowing and lending dApps, which means which no rebase token can do that. So what it's saying is the way that the contract is written, the way that these protocols are, is that they can't be listed on centralized exchanges. They can't be listed on farms or pools or anything like that. They're restricted because of the way the contract is. What they're saying is because they've got a wrapped version of it, it means that wrapped version can be listed on centralized exchanges in the future and that kind of stuff. So it is an improvement and something different, and that's what these projects kind of need. They just kind of need something different for people to then move over from Seifu and now find money and find a new project to kind of enter. It's also saying 24-hour auto liquidity instead of 48 as Seifu does, so a little bit different there as well. And it's saying here that there's a bug that they fixed in the Seifu contract that makes rebases to collapse in the long term. It's just saying that they've fixed this, so you know the project will be able to have a lot of longevity. And you know they're doing voice AMAs in the Discord. You know they got one coming up soon, so you can go listen to those guys. They've done audits, the KYC to pink sale. And it's got a very small pre-sale coming up. Not many members. There's only 760 in the Discord so far. We've only got a high cap of 200 BNB. It's going to start very, very small. The max contribution of 3 BNB. So yeah, the liquidity is going to be like 200 years with pink sale. So to be honest, I do kind of like this project. I really feel like this is one of the big opportunities. You know, as long as people once the project launches, people can spread the word. People can see, you know, people that were in Seifu and the other projects can kind of see they can jump ship and make more money in this one. You know, I could see this being a real big success. So let's have a look at some of the key features that they've got. Yeah, nothing really different to what the different protocols from what I see. Let's have a look at the roadmap. They've already listed to be on these. Already there, submitted. Just gonna make sure they're on. Gonna make sure they're listed on all the important ones. You know, I guess. They even got more. So they're making sure they're getting the word out, which is important, basically. See what they've got to do. Gonna do some more audits, I guess. Here. We've got an AMA coming up. We've got I'm sure I said that the dApp is ready now. Saw somewhere. Let's see. Yeah, there we go. They've got a working dashboard already as well. So yeah, it's was good. So yeah, I'm quite excited about this one. I'm definitely going to contribute. Make sure you're on time, because with a 200 BNB hard cap, it's most probably going to sell out very, very soon. And yeah, so in terms of taxes and stuff like that, I'm not too sure. Doesn't give some information here about it. We'll see. Taxation doesn't really say. Just have a little look through the white paper. Oh, there we go. 5% buyers, 16%. So that isn't too bad. 30% round trip. But if you're buying a pre-sale, you don't have to use this buy tax. The power of it, you're only going to spend 16% on getting out of your position. So yeah, so I've been going on a long time. It's a long video today. So these are the 4 main projects that I'm most bullish on that are coming up soon. Sphere Finance, RingFi, Highpoint Finance. Oh no, it's 5 projects. Yeah, I've got one more actually. Sorry, I missed one more. It's called Palladium Finance. Sorry, this one's going to be on the BSC. So I guess maybe it's going to try and take over Seifu. Now, this one's probably got the most hype out of all the projects so far that I've mentioned. All of them have got hype, that's why I'm mentioning them. Like I say, most have built up almost 10,000 strong community on Discord. But I'm talking about like how many people are active in the chat and this kind of stuff. I'd say Palladium has the most at the minute. They are, wow, up to 13,000 members now in their, wow, it's crazy. And also they have a Telegram which is also growing very, very fast. This one's probably one of the most hyped I've seen so far. They've only given out 134 whitelists out of 300, so there is chances to get them. Get yourself in the Discord, have a look at the announcements, how to be whitelist channels, and try and get yourself a whitelist. Now, if we're going to their white paper, yeah, there's nothing kind of. These guys are just doing, a typical auto-rebase contract, 151,000 per year APY, works about 2% a day, and they think, they're giving BUSD rewards, kind of similar to what Quantic did as well. So they're just kind of another one, nothing kind of different. The difference I would probably say is they're going to start off at a very low market cap, the high cap of 150,000, which is not very much at all. If you think about Libero or Seifu starting at 5 to 6 million, this is going to start at 150,000. It's tiny. Plus the fact that they already have a community of 13,000 strong, which is just insane. But the maximum allocation pool is only 500 quid, which isn't even much, man. It's like just over 1 BNB. But still, it has the chance to make a lot of X's with such a low hard cap. And so I think these are the 5. So it was 5 projects. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, that's right. So these are the 5. In my opinion, the most hyped. RingFi probably not the most hyped, but I think there's big opportunities in that one as well. But apart from that, the 4 most hyped auto-rebase protocols upcoming at the moment on different blockchains, which I think is important as well, not just on the BSC. But one thing good about the BSC, we do know there's a huge amount of users, a huge amount of volume on the BSC, which means there's usually a lot of buying pressure when things are going well. So these are the ones: Pragma on Phantom, Palladium on the BSC. We've got Highpoint on AVAX, Sphere Finance on Polygon, and RingFi on the BSC. They're the 5. They're my 5 calls coming up for the next couple of weeks. So let's see how those projects go. Let's see how many are success, how many aren't. Let's see how long this auto-rebase meta hype continues for. Maybe we might be at the end now and these projects won't perform so well because there's so many different ones and the money starts spreading out so much that they don't perform as well. Who knows? But I just wanted to get these projects across to you because these are my favourite, and most of them still have an opportunity to get in a pre-sale. So that's it for today, guys. Thanks for listening, and until next time, bye.